Hello everyone. Today I will introduce you the subchapter of chapter 20.4 lists and list. The list interface extends the collection interface and defines the collection for storing elements in the sequential order. To create a list, we can use the two concrete classes of this interface: array list and linked list. Array list and the linked list are very similar, and they have common methods to store data, remove, set at a specified element, to get the index of specified element and the last index. I will show you how the methods works. First add. First we created second add all collection, and then let me use the second collection array list. I want to store one more element. I create the second array list, and how the add all method work. How does and add all index I will set 1, and our collection list, and so what will we get? Exception. And what we get Brian, John, you, the elements of the first array list stored in the second, and return the element at the specified index of return the index of the specified elements first occurrence, and the last index of returns the last index of specified elements, and the list iterator to create an instance of list iterator that extends iterator to iterator to add bidirectional traversal of the list. Bidirectional iterator, because this was a previous chapter, and the next removes the element at the specified index set, and we can set an element at the specified index. How it works, I'll show you. And list set 0, and iot. As you see, the first element in this list removed, and at the position of 0, our element was stored. And the sublist returns the list from index and to index. And then next class, our class is array list, no argument instance. And array list and linked list, they are very similar, but there are some differences between them. The array list is array that the array is dynamically created. That means the list has infinite size. You can store infinite count amount of elements. Linked list will store the elements in a linked list linked list, uh, linked list. If you need to support random access through an index without inserting or deleting elements of the list, that means if you are able to work without any of methods that inserts or removes the elements of the list, you can use array list. Array list has more efficient methods. If your application requires to delete insert an element at the beginning of the list, you should choose a linked list. A linked list can change its size dynamically as array list, but it can grow or shrink dynamically. The difference between the array list and linked list can shrink or grow its size, but array list has only one method to reduce its size. It's trim to size methods to reduce the array capacity to the size of the list. I will show you how it works. And then first I created array list, and then and I will I forgot the methods of linked list. Linked list has a constructor without argument, and the argument add elements to the beginning and add last to end. Return the first element in the list, and get last returns the last last element in the list. Remove first removes first element in the list, and remove last removes last element. And I will store some elements. Pumpkin. And linkedly output the elements. Exotic, pumpkin, and strawberry. The method at first add the element to the first position in the list, as I said, linked list and array list are very similar. Practical difference between them that linked list and at last that we can manipulate the list at the beginning, at the both beginning, at the end, and at the beginning. We can insert data, remove data, and so on.